You ain't shit. You ain't even a fucking pig no more.
You think that makes me less dangerous?
You done fucked up now!
We got one!
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Wherever this video finds you, welcome to Ticks. I know I'm a little late. I had to jinkies my glasses moment because I've got an article to read. And I need my readers. I'm 54. The eyes are bad. Before I get into this, I want to say a shout out. First and foremost, shout out to the bum ass nigga. Fuck you. Your mom ain't shit. She raising ain't shit, son. You ain't gonna never own shit. You ain't gonna never be shit. All you can do is talk shit. You have no value to black people or black society, and nobody gives a fuck what you think. I hope you die. There. All right. So you can apply that to whoever. Let's get this going. So let's start off with, of course, the ratchet, loudmouth ghetto queen. Well, who, let me correct that. She talks in blackface. Jasmine Crockett. This is what she had to say about the whole Epstein thing and Donald Trump, who, by the way, if you haven't been paying attention, he has no criminal link to Jeffrey Epstein. No criminal link to Jeffrey Epstein. They blacked out the girl's name, who actually, out of all of the victims that have come forward of Jeffrey Epstein, this was the only one who had more than, I've never met Donald Trump. Donald Trump never did anything to me. The one woman, young lady, who had anything to say about Donald Trump, they blacked out her name, even though she's unfortunately deceased. She said that Trump never came at her crazy, never flirted with her. They had a brief conversation. If anything, because she was underage, she was like 14, 15 years old. If anything, any type of let me do something for you conversation he had with her was trying to get her some babysitting jobs. Let me hook you up. And do understand it was Trump that, of course, he heard the rumors about Epstein, but he didn't believe it. I mean, because that was his quote unquote so-called friend or whatever. But when he saw Epstein talking to an underage girl at one of his parties, he quickly kicked him out because the rumors, it led credence to the rumors. And then when he found out that Epstein was under investigation for, of course, what he did, he banned Epstein from all his properties. And he was the first one that when the FBI wanted to talk to his friends and associates, Trump was the first one to call them back and like, let me tell you what I know. He even told Giselle Maxwell or Maxine, whatever, hey, you guys need to stop what you're doing. It was very bad. I have the flight log list. I've had it since 2018. Back when they posted it on Reddit. I nabbed those files. I have them. The only flight log you have with Trump is with him and his family, including that would be his wife and children, flying from Florida to New York and back. That's it. He never visited the island. There's no record of him visiting the island, especially on Epstein's flight or any other flight. Just like when they went and they raided Diddy's house looking for video evidence, and they found no video evidence of Trump. Found plenty of blackmail videos on other celebrities and whatnot partying with Diddy. So Diddy only got 4 years for transporting sex workers across state lines, which in all honesty, if you're going to throw Diddy in jail for that, then you need to throw every porn producer in jail for that. Every day, some girl gets off the bus from Nebraska, Idaho, Iowa, Ohio. You know what I'm saying? Alabama, Mississippi, in order to make quick cash. But I guess what? That depends on whether or not you buy the ticket or not. What type of shit is that? But I digress. Let's hear what this moron had to say.
Sure that the Department of Justice didn't have this information, and if they didn't have this information, do we know whether or not they actually deleted this information? Do we know that there was a thorough investigation? Do we know whether or not the investigation had concluded? These are all questions that we need answers to, but we can't get them when you're not cooperating. So we don't know what the DOJ has, nor what it is that the DOJ potentially was trying to do. Considering that the president right now is trying to obstruct on some very basics of let's just get a subpoena that says release all the information, I wouldn't be surprised, just like he obstructed the prosecution of one of his henchmen who took $50,000 in taxpayer dollars from undercover officers. I wouldn't be surprised if he sent a message and said, stop.
She's talking about Tom Homan. Tom Homan never took the money.
Investigating. We're done with this. Epstein's dead. I don't want to hear anything else about it.
Do you have any evidence of that claim?
I have no idea. No, that's the whole point.
Then, bitch, why are you saying it? Then why are you saying it? You're a lawyer, supposedly. You're a crackerjack lawyer. You should know better than to say that. You do understand. You open yourself up for slander. That's why CNN, this chick is like, hold on, you got any evidence for that? Because if y'all haven't been paying attention, anybody that slanders Trump, any news organization that's been slandering Trump, he sued them. CBS, CNN, MSNBC, the BBC had to fire people for editing Trump's speech because they're looking at a potential lawsuit from him that could cripple their network.
I have no information. And that's why we need these files to be released, because we are looking for transparency, whether you're a Democrat, Republican, or independent. Listen, if people decide that they want to continue to support a person who may be a pedophile himself, or a person who obviously is covered.
What about Joe Biden? You got him on camera sniffing little girls.
For pedophiles, that's on them. But they should know at least the devil that they have decided to pick.
Yeah. She need to shut her goddamn mouth. And shortly after she said that, this is what happened on Truth Social. As I said on Friday night, aboard Air Force One to the fake news media, House Republicans should vote to release the Epstein files because we have nothing to hide. And it's time to move on from this Democrat hoax perpetuated by radical left lunatics in order to deflect from the great success of the Republican Party, including our recent victory on the Democrat quote-unquote shutdown. The Department of Justice has already turned over tens of thousands of pages to the public on Epstein, are looking at various Democrat operatives, Bill Clinton, Reid Hoffman, Larry Summers, etc., and their relationship to Epstein. I think Larry Summers stepped down from his position. Preemptive strike, just like who was that pastor? Have you ever been swallowed? Swallowed, that big fat rusty Negro. I forget his name because I don't get into the Christian church like that. But he stepped down when Diddy was arrested. They were talking about releasing the Diddy tapes. He wound up stepping down. A couple of people stepped down because of the Diddy tapes that were never released. Scared because they know that they were guilty, etc. And their relationship with Epstein, and the House Oversight Committee can have whatever they are legally entitled to. I don't care. Yeah, because when you shut down the government because you wanted them to restore the U.S., you tried to extort not the government, but the American people. You held the American people, the poor American people and federal workers. You tried to hold them hostage as some sort of leverage in order to get your USAID slush funds back. And then when you realized that that was not going to happen, you tried to scale it back. But can we at least get illegals on Medicaid, Medicare? Can we keep them on welfare? And Trump was like, hell no. We're going to stay with what we're staying with. I have a plan to do away with the Affordable Care Act, Obamacare, that scam, that bill that rips the American people off and just feeds huge profits to insurance companies. No, that needs to be reformed. We're going to work on that. I'll restore that. But look, all of these illegals and your slush fund campaigns, no. I am destroying you financially for a reason. You're scumbags. Look at what you're doing. They're already kicking people off of welfare, off of food stamps. You know where I stand on that. Create the goddamn food app. Give people credits, no more than $1,000. Give them the credits, and then they can go to the app and order their food. Select foods. That's how you do away with the fraud, waste, and abuse. What you gonna do? Trade me a couple of steaks for some hair, for some bundles, some spiders makeup weave? Is that what we doing? I'm gonna get 10 cans of cream corn for your eyelashes and your brows? Is that what we gonna do? If that's what we gonna do, that's fine, because I know at least the food will be eaten. May not be eaten by you, but somebody's going to eat it. I'm not gonna take 10 cans of cream corn and not eat it. Hell, it's the 4th of July. I mean, it's Thanksgiving. Me and the fam, we about to cook this up. Make me what? A cream corn, cornbread souffle or whatever, and I'm taking it to my mother-in-law's house. Whatever. It's going to get used. But ever since they tried to frame him with this stupid Epstein shit after the shutdown, he was like, you know what? I'll tell you what. Y'all go ahead. I'll release the files. Send it to Congress. We'll send it to the Senate. And when it hits my desk, I'll sign off on it. And that's exactly what happened. All he got to do is sign off on it. Then it goes back to Congress, and then boom, we'll release the files. And when they release the files, I'll take my files and we'll go through that shit together, because I have the files. I sent those files to one person on here. No News Podcast. You got them files. I sent you them files. I said, don't ever post them. But now, once they release them, once they're scheduled to be released, I'm telling you, Rud, that's going to be your biggest video ever. That's going to be your biggest video ever, because everybody is on that list. Nothing is censored. Whatever they call themselves posting with names blacked out, ain't nothing blacked out on them files I gave you, are they? We'll read the blacked out names. We dare them to black out some names. We'll allegedly the shit out of them names, but we got the names. We got the files. At any rate, getting back to this. All I do care about is that Republicans get back on point, which is the economy, affordability, where we are winning big. Of course, as you know, Trump dropped the tariffs on the coffee, beef, and something else, another food item. He dropped the tariffs on that, so that way they bring them down, because it's the holiday season. People still haven't gotten their food stamps yet. All right, they still haven't gotten their food stamps yet. You got people that are working that do get SNAP, All right. You do have people working that, you know, it's a little bit too much right now. They haven't adjusted yet because the feds are just now adjusting the rate. So people are still struggling, but you knock those items down, you know, especially now, November, December, the biggest thing that people spend their money on during these holiday seasons is food and goofy little trinket toy luxury, quote unquote luxury items. But the biggest thing that people spend their money on first and foremost is food, be it turkeys, hams, capons, whatever. They spend their money on food more than anything because people have family gatherings and everything. So sweet potatoes, all of that stuff, sugar, honey, all of that stuff. So, I think it was coffee. So he dropped the tariffs on that so that way they're affordable items. The three biggest thing that people spend their money on that comes from overseas. So he did that. Our victory on reducing inflation from the highest level in history to practically nothing, bringing down prices for the American people, delivering historic tax cuts, gaining trillions of dollars of, oops. No, here we go. All right. Let's see. Where was I? Let's see here. Delivering historic tax cuts, gaining trillions of dollars of investment into America, a record, the rebuilding of our military, securing our border, deporting criminal illegal aliens, ending men and women's sports, stopping transgender for everyone, and so much more. Nobody cared about Jeffrey Epstein when he was alive, and if the Democrats had anything, they would have released it before our landslide election victory. True. Some quote unquote members of the Republican Party are being used, and we can't let that happen. Let's start talking about the Republican Party's record-setting achievements and not fall into the Epstein trap, which is actually a curse on the Democrats, not us. Make America great again. Because if you remember when he addressed Congress earlier this year, he called them a bunch of pedophiles. Remember that? He called them a bunch of pedophiles to their face when they had all them signs up, them black little church fans or whatnot. Yeah, that's what we say. Look at this. Gina Milan. To all the Democrats pretending to care about Epstein's victims, spare me the fake outrage. You're the same ones letting grown men in a little girl's bathroom. Shut up. So let's get into this because Hakeem Jeffries is tied to Jeffrey Epstein. Top House Democrat, Dollar Store Obama, Timu Obama, piece of shit Jeffries solicited campaign funds from Epstein. This comes to us from the Washington Times. It was printed today. The latest batch of Epstein files published by the House Oversight and Government Reform Committee includes a solicitation for money from a firm representing House Minority Leader Hakeem Jeffries. In a 2013 email, a representative of the New York Democrats sought to arrange a meeting between Mr. Jeffries and Jeffrey Epstein, the wealthy financier who was by then a convicted sex offender. So he did this after Jeffrey Epstein was convicted and in prison. He going to him with hat in hand. The firm, Dynamic SRG, asked Epstein to attend a Democratic fundraising dinner with President Barack Obama. Shoot us an email or give us a call if you would like to get involved with the dinner or would like to get an opportunity to get to know Hakeem better, representatives of the firm wrote to Epstein. He is an impressive guy and who will be a progressive voice for the New York politics for years to come. Mr. Jeffries has called for the release of all the government's files related to the investigation of Epstein and his cohort, Ghislaine Maxwell. Epstein reportedly committed suicide in a New York City jail cell in 2019 as he awaited prosecution on charges of sex trafficking involving dozens of underage girls beginning in 2005. Maxwell was convicted of serving as his accomplice in the serving 20-year prison sentence. Mr. Jeffries' name is among several other Democrats who the latest batch of documents shows continue to communicate with and solicit money from Epstein, who was a Democratic donor. Mr. Epstein was convicted in 2008 of soliciting prostitution from a minor, and by 2013 was facing lawsuits from women who said they were victimized by him beginning when they were younger than 18. A representative for Mr. Jeffries did not immediately return a request for a comment about the email and his relationship with Epstein. Mr. Jeffries was elected to the House in 2012 and rose quickly in the leadership ranks. He became the minority leader in 2023. So let's see here. Convicted in 2008, but Hakeem Jeffries in 2013 got his hand out. Ain't that a bum? Ain't that about a pisser? So let's get to the videos. So this is breaking. Senate unanimously agrees to immediately pass Epstein files bill at Schumer's request.
Madam President, Mr. President, excuse me.
It's okay, Democrat
Mr.
leader.
President, and I ask unanimous consent that the quorum be dispensed
Without
with.
objection.
Well, Mr. President, Donald Trump has tried to cover up for Jeffrey Epstein long enough.
That's a lie.
It's time that the Senate finish the job to finally compel the Department of Justice to release the Epstein files. A few hours ago, the House of Representatives passed their Epstein bill with as lopsided as a vote as you can get, 427 to 1.
Oh, y'all about to find out who that one person is that didn't want to release the Epstein files. That video is coming up next.
It's now the Senate's turn. In a few moments, I will ask unanimous consent for the Senate to pass the Epstein bill as soon as it comes over from the House. My unanimous consent request guarantees that the Senate will immediately pass the Epstein Files Transparency Act without any further action as soon as it comes over from the House. We will pass the House's bill without changes, without delay, and we will finally get this done. Epstein victim groups have made clear that they support this bill as written, without amendments. We should listen to them and pass this bill quickly. They've worked so hard and long to make this happen and deserve tremendous, tremendous credit that we have arrived at this moment. This isn't about Democrats versus Republicans or about Congress versus the president. This is about giving the American people the transparency they've been crying for. This is about holding accountable all the people in Jeffrey Epstein's circle who raped, groomed, targeted, and enabled the abuse of hundreds of girls for years and years. The American people have waited long enough. Jeffrey Epstein's victims have waited long enough. Let the truth come out. Let transparency reign. And I urge my Republican colleagues, let the Senate act today. And so, I ask unanimous consent that when the Senate receives H.R. 4405, the Epstein Files Transparency Act from the House, the Senate proceed to its immediate consideration. The bill be considered read 3 times and passed with no intervening action or debate, and the motion to reconsider be considered made and laid upon the table.
Is there an objection? Without objection, so ordered.
The Senate has now passed the Epstein bill as soon as it comes over from the House.
And they did.
I yield the.
And they did. They said they voted unanimously.
The gentleman from Ohio is recognized, and you do have
They voted
90 seconds.
Hold on. They voted unanimously, and now it's sitting on Trump's desk for him to sign it in the morning. Hold on. I'm trying to find the video of the one black girl who suddenly now she's missing, but she was talking about how she was ushered into underground tunnels in Hollywood. I think she's missing, but she talked about how she was trafficked under underground tunnels in Hollywood, in Disney World, Buckingham Palace. I'm trying to find it, y'all. I'm trying to find it. All they showing is these white chicks who are still alive. But the one black girl who really went into true detail, she's missing. But she never mentioned Trump. Hold on, wait, here's one chick. Let me see. Hold on. All right, here we go. These are the victims that came forward. As you see, Epstein's victims speak out about Trump in interview and press conference.
Here,
They don't never play this though. And this is NBC News.
Somebody you love was abused or trafficked by Jeffrey Epstein or Ghislaine Maxwell. All of you. Did anybody see or hear of the president himself doing anything inappropriate as it related to Jeffrey Epstein?
On September 2nd, 2025, 9 survivors of Epstein gave an exclusive interview on NBC. The survivors joined a press conference in DC the next day. Bannon's War Room posted, Epstein victims announced they will release their own list. We know the names. Many of us were abused by them. During the interview with NBC, the 9 survivors were asked about Trump.
With the attention on President Trump, with these questions around a pardon, did anybody see or hear of the president himself doing anything inappropriate as it related to Jeffrey Epstein?
No.
Or former President Clinton?
No.
Nick Sorto reacted on X. NBC News just asked an entire panel of Epstein victims if they ever saw or heard Donald Trump doing anything inappropriate in relation to Epstein victims responded, no. The Democrat narrative is total BS. Leon Saraya asked, not saying he did anything, but do these 9 people represent the thousands of victims? Linda Carter commented, they are welcome to come forward too. Fourth time's a charm, reflected, Donald Trump is legitimately the single most investigated person in history. If any one of the thousands had a story to tell, it would have been leaked literally a decade ago. Survivor Chauntay Davies addressed the question about the relationship between Trump and Epstein, saying the sex offender's biggest brag forever was that he was very good friends with Donald Trump. She did not accuse Trump of direct involvement in abuse. Attorney Brad Edwards, who represents several Epstein victims, stated that not a single victim has ever said Trump abused, and that files reviewed by lawyers do not indicate incriminating material about Trump. An image posted on X stated, Donald Trump was the first person to speak about Epstein years ago.
You see what there, 2004, banned Epstein from Mar-a-Lago. 2005, reported Epstein's behavior to authorities. 2009, cooperated with Epstein victim's lawyer. 2017, signed executive order targeting human trafficking. 2019, Epstein arrested during Trump's presidency. 2019, FBI raid on Epstein's island. 2025, released Epstein files. Donald Trump was the first person to speak about Epstein years ago. Trump banned Epstein from Mar-a-Lago when he found out. Trump's DEA was the first to make Epstein a public figure and arrest him. Ghislaine Maxwell publicly testified Donald Trump is not on Epstein's
Trump
list.
banned Epstein from Mar-a-Lago when he found out.
Right?
Trump's DEA was the first to make Epstein a public figure and arrest him. Ghislaine Maxwell publicly testified Donald Trump is not on Epstein's list.
I mean, just to get that out the way, just to show that I'm not just saying rumors. You guys see this stuff for yourself. But let's get on to this. Troy Nels accuses Dems of misleading the public about Trump and the Epstein files. Let's go.
It's remaining. Correction.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I yield 30 seconds to the gentleman from Texas.
The gentleman from Texas is recognized.
The Democrat Party, with help from the dishonest media, used the Epstein files not to seek justice from the victims, but to smear President Trump. And it's sickening, quite sickening. The Democrats have used the Epstein files to distract the American people.
Hold on. Y'all see my baby right there, right? The Hot 7. What's her name? Anna Paulina. Yeah. The chick from Florida. Yeah. She front and center. Anyway.
From the wins President Trump and his administration have delivered for the American people for the last 11 months. I'm proud to work with my Republican colleagues on the House Oversight Committee in coordination with the Justice Department. 65,000 pages of documents related from Epstein released. What have my Democrat colleagues done? They selectively leaked and altered documents to mislead the American people. As President Trump has stated, we have nothing to hide here. I'm voting to release the files so that we can move on from this smear campaign the Democrats have manufactured. God bless
Gentleman's
Donald J.
time has
Trump.
expired. Gentleman from Maryland is recognized.
Reserve the balance of my time.
So the one person that voted no,
And the chair would remind all members to please avoid.
the one person that voted no, Stacey Plaskin. Clay Higgins demands censure for Stacey Plaskin Epstein contact after voting against file release. She was the only one who voted against the file release. Gee, I wonder why. And yes, it's a black chick. Ba, ba, ba.
Avoid engaging in personalities to direct all comments to the chair. The gentleman from Louisiana is recognized.
I thank my colleague, Mr. Norman from South Carolina, and I thank my colleague, Mr. Raskin, for the salient points that he had brought to this debate. I also defended George Santos on this floor and opposed the means by which he was expelled. I think it was beyond the pale, and this is a responsibility that we bear in this body, is to determine the means by which our colleagues shall be reprimanded or disciplined. And the Constitution is clear on this. My friend, Mr. Raskin, knows full well that this body controls the means by which and the rules by which the members of Congress shall be disciplined. So we've had variances of opinions regarding, the exact disciplinary actions that should be embraced or rejected, member by member. But let me say that in this case, Ms. Plaskin's receiving text messages, this was so alarming to me. When I saw this and read it, I didn't believe it. I say to my friend, I thought perhaps it was media from a satirical site. It couldn't possibly be true, because we all know that a text message, a text exchange is rather intimate in the realm of communications. And to pierce into an actual congressional hearing for a member of Congress to receive and respond to a text message during a hearing, that is quite familiar, is it not?
She got a text message. She was texting with Jeffrey Epstein during a congressional hearing back in 2018 when they were first talking about Epstein during Trump's first presidential campaign. She was texting with Jeffrey Epstein while in the middle of a congressional hearing. But do understand that, for those of you who aren't familiar, Pearl, just Pearly Things, was on one of them little niggly bear Democratic Confederate slave panels, arguing with Jazz, that bummy pro-black bitch, talking about how Pearl brought up how black women love criminals, how they date criminals. And then Jazz was like, well, you don't know nothing about the black community. Yes, she does. Everybody knows about the black community. Community, as far as I use that term loosely. We all know that these Confederate slave bedwenches love them some criminal nigglets. They love them some Glocktavius and Valentonio and Pookie and Ray Ray with them. All you got to do is just show me your baby daddy. Show me your ex-boyfriend. Show me your last 3 ex-boyfriends. Y'all love that. You love they dirty draws. Y'all love a baby boy ass fucking field slave. We know this. You can't get enough of them. So here you had a black woman texting Jeffrey Epstein, who was in prison, by the way, about his congressional hearing. This has now been part of the Epstein files. That's what this is about.
And this was shocking to me that a member of Congress would be exchanging text messages directly with Jeffrey Epstein in 2019, at which time he was being prosecuted federally by the first Trump administration. He had received some nature of a sweetheart deal back in 2007 and avoided federal prosecution by pleading no contest to some level of state prosecution, where he was sentenced, Mr. Speaker, to 13 months. My understanding, he did 11 months, and at the easiest time that could be done. He walked every day during the day on a work release program. So that sweetheart deal, let me say, should be looked at. And now, to my horror, who has come to light that should be looked at? What was her involvement? Was there some involvement then? She's a good lady from the Virgin Islands. Where did Jeffrey Epstein live? In the Virgin Islands. She was a constituent in 2019. Was she a friend in 2007? During her service to the DOJ, which my friend has brought up, was there any interactions? These are the questions we have. The good lady from the Virgin Islands has crossed the threshold of reasonable suspicion, and therefore she should be investigated. During said investigation by ethics, and I would recommend by DOJ, and I would recommend by oversight and judiciary committees. Meanwhile, she should absolutely be removed from the House Select Committee on Intel. This, Mr. Speaker, is my position. I presented without note for the betterment of the debate of this body, and I yield my time back to the gentleman from South Carolina.
I reserve.
Yeah, she was in cahoots. She was in cahoots.
You heard. I yield 6 minutes now to the distinguished gentlelady from Virgin Islands, represent.
Hold on. Before she speak, hold on. I'm gonna find the video. Let me find the video where she was in cahoots with good old Jeffrey. Hold on. I'm on True Social. I just saw it. Hold on. Here we go. This was her. As you can see, Stacey Plaskett wants you to know that she doesn't need advice on how to question anyone, except in 2019, Jeffrey Epstein fed her questions to ask in the congressional committee hearing, and she listened. This is the video.
I want to get to this. UC Berkeley has condemned
someone that I was seeking advice from him. Let me tell you something. I don't need to get advice on how to question anybody from any individual.
This exchange, Mr. Epstein sent a text message to the gentlelady from the Virgin Islands. He brings up Rona, keeper of the secrets. And who's he referring to? Rona Graff. That's a Trump assistant. And Plaskett responds, Rona, question mark? Quick, I'm up next. Is that an acronym? So she wants to know what Mr. Epstein wants her to talk about. Don't you find that interesting? I find that really intriguing, especially since we know what Mr. Epstein was. And Epstein responds, that's his assistant. Doesn't really say much more than that. And then Plaskett starts questioning Mr. Cohen and asks about Graff. So not only was she texting, having this communication with Mr. Epstein, she's asking Mr. Cohen what Mr. Epstein wants her to ask. Another text says from Epstein, good work.
Because he watched. He was watching. So let's get back to it. You know, these are the ones that y'all trying to break y'all necks to protect. Y'all arguing with Pearl, trying to protect these criminalistic black females. Anyway, let's get to it. So here's Stacey Plaskett defends herself from resolution condemning her texting with Epstein. This piece of shit.
Representative Plaskett.
Thank you so much to Mr. Raskin, to my former professor in law school. And I want to address the body. I first want.
By the way, this black chick right here, this is the one that's under investigation by the DOJ for attacking federal ICE agents in New Jersey, if I'm not mistaken.
I want to give you all a sense of what was happening that day. Everyone knows at that hearing in February, the entire country was watching. As Michael Cohen decided he...
And of course, you know, this is a communist. And she's got these other useless black females behind her, but I'll let her die. I digress.
...was going to finally give up information about what was happening in the Trump world, the Trump enterprise.
Mm-hmm.
And at the beginning of that hearing, the ranking member, Jim Jordan, had the disrespect to Elijah Cummings, may he rest in peace and his name be a memory, after not allowing Mr. Jordan to shut the committee hearing down. And I turned to Mr. Jordan and told him to have respect for the chair and to basically shut up.
Yeah.
And that moment went viral. And I began to get innumerable texts from friends, from foes,
like
from
Jeffrey
constituents
like
about what was happening in that hearing.
Like Jeffrey Epstein?
And I got a text from Jeffrey Epstein, who at the time was my constituent, who was not public knowledge at that time.
Yes, it was. It was 2018, 2019. He got busted in 2008. What are you talking about? You fat slob. If Trump distanced himself back then, why didn't you? He wasn't even president when he distanced himself from Epstein. You were working in the government, and you knew. You knew. But go on, spin your lie.
That he was under federal investigation and who was sharing information with me. Now, I heard recently from someone that I was seeking advice from him. Let me tell you something. Now, I heard.
What information was he sharing with you while he was under congressional federal investigation?
Recently from someone that I was seeking advice from him. Let me tell you something. I don't need to get advice on how to question anybody from any individual.
But you did.
I have been a lawyer for 30 years.
A horrible one, just like Jasmine Crockett. I bet we can't name one big case that you've worked on. If we Google big case Stacey Plaskett, I bet, matter of fact, I'm gonna do it right now. I'm gonna ask the AIs. What's her name? Stacey Plaskett, big case. Biggest law case. Okay, Stacey Plaskett, biggest law case. Wow, and look at what came up. You guys can't see this, but I can tell you what it says. Stacey Plaskett's most high-profile legal case involved allegations of complicity in Jeffrey Epstein's sex trafficking operation, which culminated in a federal lawsuit that was ultimately dismissed with prejudice in August of 2025. Here's a breakdown of the case and its implications. Background of the case. Subject: Delegate Stacey Plaskett, who represents the U.S. Virgin Islands in Congress, was named in a civil lawsuit alleging that she and other officials enabled Jeffrey Epstein's criminal activities in the territory. Jurisdiction. The case was filed in the Southern District of New York, a common venue for high-profile federal litigation. The initial ruling in March 2025, Judge Aaron Subramanian ordered Plaskett to stand trial while dismissing claims against other Virgin Island officials. Yeah, because she was the boss. Dismissal. On August 28th of 2025, attorneys for both sides filed a stipulation of dismissal with prejudice, permanently ending the litigation against Plaskett. Wow. What the fuck? Really? Reasoning. The dismissal suggests a negotiated resolution or lack of sufficient evidence to proceed, though details remain confidential. Congressional fallout. Censure threat. In November of 2025, the House introduced a resolution to censor Plaskett and remove her from the Intelligence Committee after documents revealed she had communicated with Epstein during a 2019 hearing. Plaskett argued that as a former prosecutor, she routinely received information from unsavory sources as part of due diligence and investigative work. So in other words, this bitch ain't never did shit worth noting before the Epstein situation. Just like Jasmine Crockett, she's never done anything legally that you can hang your hat on. This bitch was a co-conspirator and a bum. She was a part of sex trafficking, just like another fat black piece of shit mammy that we know of concerning it, Harvey Weinstein, feeding him girls. I believe that was what she was doing too. She turned a blind eye. He probably paid her off. But I'll let her continue.
I have been a narcotics prosecutor in New York City. I have had the honor of being a political appointee at the Justice Department after September 11th.
Put your glasses back on. I'm pulling out the Skip Bayless. Put your glasses back on.
As a Republican appointee in the Bush administration, I know how to question individuals. I know how to seek information. I have sought information from confidential informants.
I'm going to tell you right now, we don't give a shit. When it comes to Jeffrey Epstein, we don't give a shit if you're a Democrat, Republican, the gardener in Van Nuys, California, or a dishwasher in Long Island, Canada. What is your connection? We don't care. We don't care. This is not about party lines.
From murderers, from other individuals, because I want the truth, not because I need them to tell me what to say. And if you look at the trend.
Oh, you say, are they trying to release the Epstein files while Mike Johnson has the power to release the files? They've already passed it. Congress voted. She was the only one that voted no on the Epstein files. She's the only one, but it passed 246-1. This being the lone bitch, it went up to the Senate. The Senate unanimously voted to have the Epstein files released. This was today. So now tonight, it's sitting on Trump's desk. And Trump said, hey, release the shit. I'm finna hang all you motherfuckers. Since you keep trying to pin this on me when I had nothing to do with this, I'm hanging all you motherfuckers. I don't care who goes down for this. Put this shit on my desk. They put it on she voted no. Is she Democrat or Republican? Currently, she's a Confederate. She was a Republican at the time, but she's a Confederate now. So Trump is just waiting. He's just waiting to wake up in the morning and go and sit at his desk, go through all his security briefings and sign what he needs to sign. But he's signing the releasing of the Epstein files first thing in the morning, and then it goes back down to Congress. I'm just a bill. I mean, if you know anything about the law, the executive, legislative, and judicial branch of the government, yeah, all he got to do is sign it, and now it goes back down to Congress, and then boom, we should have the stuff released and ready to go no later than Monday, because it'll be Wednesday. He'll sign it. It'll probably go to Congress by Thursday. They'll probably all vote on it come Friday, and then Monday it'll be released. You say, hold on, if the Democrats want the files released, and then why she voted no? Because she was in it. She was the one who was. That's why we're going over her testimony. She's the only one that voted no, because she was texting with Jeffrey Epstein, feeding him information back when he was had his congressional hearings back in 2019. Keep in mind, he was already convicted in 09, 08, 09, and her and Hakeem Jeffries was still dealing with him after he was convicted. Now, true enough, Hakeem didn't stick his little gay wick. I mean, he probably, he's dickless anyway. He didn't have any sexual dealings with Epstein. He just wanted Epstein's money. I mean, let's just be honest. He wanted the money. I'm not going to say that Hakeem was on the island or anything like that. There's no proof for that, but there is proof that he did have go to Hakeem Jeffries. There's proof that he went to Epstein, with hat in hand, begging for some goddamn money like the fucking bum that he is. There is proof of that. But the thing is, she was the rep over the Virgin Islands, where Epstein Islands is located. She was part of his cover-up. That's why she voted no on a release, because there's so much in the files that has her name on the shit. So they're trying to get her censored from Congress, and this bitch is on the Securities Council.
Script, you will see that I questioned Michael Cohen for 5 minutes. The Washington Post,
questions that Epstein asked you to ask him,
only shows you 30 seconds and takes from it one individual's name that I got from Jeffrey Epstein and didn't know who the individual was, and put that individual with a host of other individuals that I felt the committee should subpoena. They've never been subpoenaed. They've never been questioned. Because at the end of the day, I know that in the Trump administration and with my colleagues over there, it's not about sexual assault. It's not about support of victims. It's about money.
Right. Money that you took. You're right. She's 100% right. It's not about the victims. It's about the money. Money that you took from Jeffrey Epstein to turn a blind eye to the shit he was doing. You piece of shit bitch. You fucking Confederate slave.
It is about money. I have consistently stood against sexual violence and the exploitation of women and children in previous careers, as well as here in this body. We all know that Jeffrey Epstein's actions were absolutely reprehensible. As a constituent, as an individual who gave donations to me, when I learned of the extent of his actions.
You hear that? I took the money.
After his investigation, I gave that money to women's organizations in my community.
Why is this bitch lying to us? Why is she lying? Why is she lying? Let's say Epstein gave her $10 billion. She probably donated like $40,000 to a women's shelter. Meanwhile, she's taking questions from Epstein during the middle of Epstein's congressional hearing while he's alive, as far as ask this person that, ask them that.
not back to him, but to women in the community who needed that support.
This woman ain't shit.
That's what I think should have been done, and that's what I did.
I'm gonna say this right now. I hate you goddamn Confederate slaves. I fucking hate y'all. I hate y'all with a passion. I hate y'all with a passion. Because this is the shit y'all do. And expect somebody to give you a pass. Again, fuck you, you bum ass nigga. You expect somebody to give you a pass when you were part of a huge cover-up. And now you sitting up here trying to plead your case like somebody's supposed to believe you. While you sitting up here with a criminal and a communist. Stop it.
Taking a text exchange which shows no participation, no assistance, no involvement in any illegal activity, and weaponized it for political theater. Because that's what this is. This has been reviewed by federal courts. Any charges, victims who initially had a case against me dismissed it on their own without prejudice. You don't want to talk about what is really happening here. Your attacks on working families, your protection of powerful predators and corporate criminals. You want to talk about texting felons? How often do you text President Donald J. Trump? That's the individual we should be concerned about. And let me tell you this. I am not going to support the wealthy and connected who continue to exploit workers and evade taxes, powerful figures with credible allegations who face no consequences, and corporate interests profiting from human suffering while families struggle. And let me tell the people of the Virgin Islands.
Gentleman will state his point of order.
The point of order is you may not call the President of the United States a felon.
Yeah,
that is a violation.
Point of order is under.
Because do understand that bullshit trial that linebacker cockeyed bitch ran on Trump. I can picture her face, but I can't think of her name right now. I'm drawing a blank. That case was overturned. That whole real estate scam case, it was overturned because there was no injured party. The bank was like, well, just because he said it was worth this much, we appraised it. We said it was worth this much. And he said, okay. And we sold it that what we appraised it as. We got our money. Trump got his money. Why are we here? Letitia James. Yeah, her case against Trump was overturned. Also, that fake rape case that bitch filed against Trump, that's also under appeal too. That's about to be overturned. Talking about something within a minute 30 seconds of Trump meeting you with a whole entourage, he raped you in a dressing room with 17 people and a whole crowd of shoppers around. Is that what you telling us? We supposed to believe that? Minute 30 seconds, really? Get the fuck out of here. You didn't even look cute back when you were in your 20s. I mean, Jesus Christ. Stormy Daniels look better than you now than you did when you were 20. What are you talking about? That dude clearly has particular taste. I'm just saying. But anyway, you know, so what are you calling him a felon on? When you clearly took money from Jeffrey Epstein to look the other way and to try to defend him in Congress like you're doing now. You trying to redirect. You trying to gaslight us into not seeing you for the criminal piece of shit that you are. You should be on trial too. The FBI needs to run a forensic investigation into your bank account.
Consideration, and we're not going to lose order here either. So please.
May I continue? May I continue, Mr.
Members
Speaker?
are, however, reminded to refrain, as mentioned a little
Yeah,
while ago,
Alvin Bragg.
from making personality
Teacher James, thank you. Yeah.
commentary towards the president. The point of order is not timely, so the gentlelady is recognized.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. What is happening here? I feel sorry for my colleagues. I feel sorry for this body.
Really?
I see members coming and speaking against me who I've never even had a conversation with. You don't know me. You don't know the work that I've done.
But they know your works. Everything is documented. Do understand that the FBI, not me and the homies on the corner, the FBI investigated Jeffrey Epstein. Your name is all over them goddamn files. They don't need to know you. They just need to read the FBI report. And this was back before the FBI was corrupted by the Biden administration. Back when we trusted the FBI. They investigated a pedophile who had a pedophile ring. They had all the names, all the phone records, all the emails, everything. Text messages and everything. They don't need to fucking have a goddamn conversation with you, bitch. Everything's documented for what you did. The fuck you mean? You don't know me. This is that shit Jasmine Crockett was saying. Well, just because you commit a crime don't mean you're a criminal. Yes, the fuck it does. Yes, the fuck it does. If you can get convicted for a crime, that means you're a fucking criminal. The fuck you think it means? You're a criminal. You just haven't been convicted yet, but you have criminal activity all over you concerning Jeffrey Epstein.
You don't know the support that I've given to families, to individuals, to support people. I worked a full-time job with children under the age of 5, going to school, law school at night. Do you think I would risk my law degree for any individual?
Yes.
Never mind a reprehensible individual by Jeffrey Epstein, I would not. But what I'm about is the truth.
Bitch.
And let me tell the people of the Virgin Islands, this attempt at intimidation will pass. We in the Virgin Islands do not back down from a fight. That is how we won our freedom, and that is how we will continue to grow our equality. And if you censure me, take away a committee, I will still do the work because I am here to support people and to support this great Constitution, which I have sworn numerous times to uphold.
Let me tell you something. The people of the Virgin Islands are not on your side. They don't know you like that, bitch. They don't know you like that. These people are constituents. They're voters. They don't know you like that. They don't know you at all. They don't know you personally. They vote for you because of the commercials, your campaign ads. But they don't know you like that. I don't know what she gets off thinking that, the people of the Virgin Islands come to her cookout every holiday and every other weekend and shit. Hey, Stacy, my son got straight A's on his SAT or whatnot. We have the cookout. You coming over? Yeah, sure. I'll show up. Like she show up. They don't know you like that. You're a scumbag. Jeffrey Epstein is a stain on the Virgin Islands. And now that they found out that you had dealings with him, you think that they're going to protect you because, you black? I swear to God, black people are the only people I know that think that commit crime is legal and that being held responsible for their criminality is racism. Watch she play that card. Let's go to the next video.
And I think, gentlemen,
so this is...
That's my good friend from Arizona, Mr. Biggs.
Andy Biggs excoriates Stacey Plaskett for texting Epstein during hearing, calls for reprimand.
How much time is the gentleman recognized? How much time you've allotted the gentleman from Arizona?
How much time do we have left?
The gentleman has 17 minutes remaining.
As much time as the gentleman may consume.
Gentleman is recognized.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Thank you.
Now, keep in mind, it seems like we're piling on this chick, but do understand this was the only chick that voted no on the releasing of the Epstein. The only person that voted no on releasing the Epstein files. After Trump said, "Screw it, release them. I'm gonna burn everybody," because I didn't stick my dick in none of these little girls. So fuck it. I tried to give y'all a pass. I'm not giving y'all a pass anymore. I'm gonna burn your houses down. So release the Epstein files. Put it on my desk. I'll sign the bill. But she's the only one that voted no. So therefore, they want to know, well, why did you vote no? That's what this is all about. She put a target on her back. She put the target on her back. Nobody else.
Mr. Norman, thank you for raising this issue. This to me, this is an interesting issue because I'm hearing the argument is coming at us and it says, well, there's no due process. Well, debate is a part of due process. That's part of due process, is to have this debate. You get to stand up, you get to defend, you get to raise your issues, and you chose to take it back to committee, which, as Mr. Roy said, that kind of indicates that maybe that there's something that's not great about this. So I'm looking at this, and here's at least one of the exchanges that seems to have taken place, and maybe we'll hear some comment about it. That'd be good. You can make some comment about it, but in this exchange, Mr. Epstein sent a text message to the gentlelady from the Virgin Islands, and this is the quote. He brings up Rona, keeper of the secrets. And who's he referring to? Rona Graff. That's a Trump assistant. And Plaskett responds, Rona? ? Quick, I'm up next. Is that an acronym? So she wants to know what Mr. Epstein wants her to talk about. Don't you find that interesting? I find that really intriguing, especially since we know what Mr. Epstein was. And Epstein responds, that's his assistant. Doesn't really say much more than that. And then Plaskett starts questioning Mr. Cohen and asks about Graff. So not only was she texting, having this communication with Mr. Epstein, she's asking Mr. Cohen what Mr. Epstein wants her to ask. Another text says from Epstein, good work. That's after she wraps it up. All of this seems to be very interesting. And I'm sorry, I don't breathe the rarefied air of the Intelligence Committee. I don't. I'm just a regular guy and a member of the House. That's all. So I don't know about that rarefied air, and I guess I'm part of the sewage. That Mr. Himes said. Yeah. Thanks for agreeing with me, Ms. Plaskett. So she's got us down. Unless you're in the Intelligence Committee, you're crap. That's what the Intel Committee says. But here's the deal. When you're sitting there in a sitting committee and you're having communications with a convicted sex offender, and you're taking their advice on how to ask questions, maybe you got a problem. Maybe your problem is that you've brought disrepute on the House. And this isn't from the articles. This is from the 10,000 pages or so released last week from the Oversight Committee that they received from the Epstein estate. This isn't fishing around. This is coming from real evidence. So I sit here and I listen. Oh, she's the finest member that ever walked the planet, man.
Bullshit.
That's what you heard. But the bottom line is this. She's sitting there seeking advice and counsel on how to ask questions from Jeffrey Epstein, who this entire body, save one, just condemned. And we want all the evidence. And it's a shame to be here, but for one thing, you made the choice. And so, Mr. Chairman, I'm encouraging everyone in this body to support Mr. Norman's resolution.
Because keep in mind, they all of their interns, congressional members don't read these files and bills and shit. They get an intern to read it, and then they get a summary report, just like Smithers does with Mr. Burns. Just bottom line, what the hell these people are talking about. Really? Okay. Yeah. So she found out that she had some improprieties, that it came out. Jeffrey Epstein did that. He did document that it is linked to her improprieties to Epstein. So now, of course, she voted no, thinking that other Democrats would vote no. She is probably too scared to really ask around to see who would vote no. And now she, like I said, she put a bullseye on herself.
And I yield back.
Gentleman yields.
Gentleman from Connecticut is recognized.
So Jim Hines issues emphatic defense of superb Stacey Plinkett amid appalling censure effort. So in other words, here's an ass kisser. As much as, they want to label white folks racist and shit, here you got, this goofy motherfucker trying to protect this raggedy bitch from the shit that she did. But let's go.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, and I thank the gentleman from Maryland.
Trying to protect.
I'm not going to speak today about Jeffrey Epstein or January 6th. I'm going to confine my remarks to two things that I know about. And I'm going to take a deep breath right now, because to stand here and to have to listen to the gentleman from Louisiana in the guise of just asking questions, besmirch one of the finest members I have had the honor of serving with, I would think would offend the sensibility of anybody in this chamber. But I'm going to limit my remarks to two things I know very well. Number one, the House Permanent Select Committee on Intelligence and what we need to do to preserve that very special environment. And number two, the character of Delegate Stacey Plaskett. On HPSI, I've served for 10 years. And with Chairman Turner and now with Chairman Crawford, we have fought for that decade to keep the Select Committee on Intelligence immunized from the sewage that flows through this chamber, the partisan attacks, the hideousness. And by and large, we've been pretty successful, with one exception, when that committee got involved in the political investigation around Ukraine in the first Trump administration. Every single day, the leaders of that committee work hard, establish friendships, and do the work we need to do to make sure that the toxicity and the sewage that we're hearing right now don't impinge the critical work of making sure that our intelligence communities are keeping Americans safe and not violating civil liberties and not doing things inconsistent with the desires and character of the American people. This effort, put forward by a bunch of people who haven't served on that committee and who have no idea the comity and the grace with which that committee serves. You, sirs, will hurt this committee badly. And I expect every Republican on the Intelligence Committee, and I'll say it again, I expect every Republican on the Intelligence Committee who know Ms. Plaskett and who know the committee to vote no on the idea that without evidence and without due process, Ms. Plaskett should be removed from that very special committee. This resolution would strike a devastating blow to HPSI's ability to work effectively by removing a member in good standing based on a newspaper article about texts. No due process, no evidence, nothing offered other than a newspaper article which is moving moved the gentleman from South Carolina, a member who is consistently engaged in a bipartisan and productive way with the committee's work, to make some unrelated political statement will do profound damage to this essential committee. Now, let me just talk for a moment about Ms. Plaskett. I've served in this institution for 17 years, longer, I think, than most people in this chamber. And I have not had the honor of serving with somebody with the integrity and the commitment and the hard-working bona fides as Ms. Plaskett. We can argue about the wisdom or the judgment associated with those texts. I'm told that apparently Mr. Epstein was a constituent. But on any one of us, our worst day, our biggest misjudgment is not to be judged without any due process, especially in the context of this superb member, this critical member of the intelligence.
Oh, you want us to have due process on her based on the Epstein files? I'm glad you asked. Let's do that. Since you called for it, let's do it. Look, she's sitting up there looking like, damn, why did he say that? Because if they investigate me and the IRS does a forensic audit, they're going to find out that I've been taking Epstein's money. Look at the look on her face. She knows she's guilty. She's like, oh shit, why did he say that? Like, damn, I hope they don't do what I think that they should do.
Intelligence Committee. The result of this resolution, if it were to pass, will be to undo the efforts of the Republican Speaker and the Republican Chairman of the Intelligence Committee, Mr. Crawford, to restore the committee to what it was intended to be. And while the bill for that decision won't come due immediately, it will come due over time in the form of a less accountable and less effective intelligence community with less effective oversight for Congress. So I don't expect the gentleman who—
She looks so guilty. Can y'all see her face? Hold on. Let me remove this. Look at her face. She looks so goddamn guilty. She looks so nervous. She looks so nervous and guilty. She really hoped that they don't launch a federal investigation on her because she'll go to jail. You took money from Jeffrey Epstein? You think that we're just gonna stop at censoring you? No, chick. All this fuss, you little pieces of shit, Confederate slaves and overseers have been rallying about Epstein? No. You're not going to get a slap on the wrist. You're going to prison. You're going to prison. You better hope and pray that they don't do a forensic audit on you, which I really do think that they should do on a lot of these mayors and governors who are resisting ICE. They really should do a forensic audit on you people, because you can always throw people in jail based on what they've done financially. I mean, you can put up all types of allegations and make all the excuses that you want to, but when it comes to financial crimes, you can't make an excuse. I mean, you can make an excuse, but it's not a reason, and it won't hold up in court because the money is the evidence. The stone cold evidence. Ask Kwame Kilpatrick. You screwed up big time. You should have never took money from that dude.
We've offered this up to back down now, but I do expect every single member of the Intelligence Committee that elect those few who understand what it is we need to do to close the door on the flow of partisan sewage, which we see now threatening the critical work.
Look at the look on her. Can you see the look on her face? She knows she fucked up. You done fucked up, boy. She done fucked up big time. She fucked up big time. You should have voted yes. You should have voted yes. And therefore, you wouldn't be the center of attention today. Ain't nobody listening to you, bruh. Well, they are listening, but they're saying, oh, okay, well, then let's further investigate her to see if she actually does have any ties to Epstein. Since, she claims she don't, well, then let's dig into her financial records. Once she go down, look, I guarantee you, once she go down for this Epstein shit, once she get a foot up her ass, the long foot, steel-toe boot of the law is gonna be up her ass. Watch. We're gonna keep an eye on you, bitch. You going down.
That we do. Vote no on this appalling resolution.
Woo,
I
she
yield
look
back.
guilty.
We reserve.
She look guilty. All right, so
Straight Shooter with Stephen A.
God damn it. That's all we got on that. But you know, fucked up, right? You know, fucked up, boy. Hold on, let me see if I can find that. Hold on, because I don't think people get that reference. Oh, let me change the music. Hold on. All right, hold on. Let me see if I can find this. Y'all know what I'm talking about. This is Boyd. This is the Boyd when he killed Boyd. Hold on, let me see.
Where am I? On your way to County Medical.
Oh no, this ain't it. Hold on. For you Dexter fans, he killed Boyd. Like you fucked up, Boyd. He caught Boyd. He caught Boyd. Let me see. Was this it? Let me see.
Take it. You can take anything. You have to know what it is you want. May sound easy. But you can't know what you want.
No, this ain't it.
But if you want something, there's only one option. Take it. You want that new car, that house. Take it.
Like Boyd was a serial killer. Like him and his team, they would rape, struggle, snuggle girls. And Boyd would be the cleanup man. He would like dump them in a barrel of formaldehyde and electrocute them and dump them in the swamp. And Dexter stumbled upon it and he caught Boyd. He had Boyd laid out. He was like, you done fucked up, boy. Yeah, like this is when he found Boyd's dumping ground. For those of y'all who've never watched the show, which is a fantastic show. Yeah, he found Boyd's dumping ground. Look at that. Barrel after barrel after barrel. The Miami police dubbed this the barrel girls. Because this is what Boyd would do. He would throw them in the barrel, formaldehyde, electrocute them, cut off their hair. Yeah. Season 6. If you've never seen it. All right, so that's what's going on with the Epstein files. So we'll find out tomorrow, between now and Monday, what's going to happen with Trump signing the release of the Epstein files. And we're going to find out all the names that was on the list. We're going to find all the names that were on the list, which is going to be fantastic. Fantastic. I cannot wait. I'm
Straight Shooter with Stephen A.
Shut up, Stephen A.
Gentleman from Connecticut is recognized.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, and I thank the gentleman from...
Sorry, y'all. So we'll see. We're just waiting. What's up, Unsung Ones? Is shit about to hit the fan? Oh yeah, shit is about to hit the fan. Like I said, when they release the files, because I have the files. Hold on, let me see. Hold on. I'm not gonna look for it right now, but the next time I broadcast, I'm gonna show y'all my Epstein files. You say the previous 2 popes are on the list. Well, we're gonna go through the list. I mean, they're passed away, but we're gonna go through the list. What's up, Carlton? Man, y'all gotta be, man, y'all late as hate. Yeah, you late to the party. But we gonna go through the list probably Monday. When they release the files, we're gonna go through the files. All right. I sent the files to damn it, I forgot the brother's name. Thing is, I don't think Trump is going. No, he's not going to veto it. He said, I'm going to release it. It's on his desk right now. The Senate passed to have the files released. So it's sitting on his desk right now. You say this might be the catalyst for civil war. You was 40 minutes late. Look, if this is the catalyst, let me tell y'all something. Okay, look. All right, seriously. If this is the catalyst of civil war and civil war breaks out, I'm going to tell you right now, I am not on the side of the Confederacy. I've been telling y'all for months, stop. You need, as black men, disassociate yourself from the Democratic Party. They are the Confederacy. They mean you no good. They mean you no good. They've never meant you any good. I've been saying this to y'all for years, but mainly, especially for the past couple of months. If civil war breaks out, be an independent, but understand that your biggest enemy is the Confederacy, and you need to be leery of the Republic. If you're going to choose a side, choose your side, but you need to lean conservative, because those are the ones that have the guns. Those are the ones that they are in 100% control and in power right now. This is why you have the Confederacy talking about, so well, Trump is in control of the House and the Senate. Yeah, you need to lean that way. If shit goes bad, lean that way. And this has nothing to do about cooning. This has everything to do about survival. Because if you run around here acting like a pants-sagging, gold teeth, mush-mouth Negro in the middle of the Civil War, you will be eliminated. All useless eaters will be eliminated. Do you understand me? White liberal females will be, and their soy boy faggot male counterparts will be eliminated. That 92% and 77%, you do not want to be beholden to them, because you will be eliminated. I'm not joking with you. You will be eliminated. You better put on that goddamn blue coat and that blue hat and fight for the liberation of your people. Because the Confederacy is not for your liberation, they're for your enslavement. And trust me, if the country falls to communism, your black ass will be the first one starved out of existence in this country. Do you understand that? The Confederacy will show you exactly why they are the Confederacy, and they will starve you out first. You will be the first ones kicked out of soup lines. You will be the first ones kicked out of grocery store lines, you dumb nigga. How do you not understand that? You better fight for capitalism. That's the only thing that's keeping you alive right now. The Confederacy don't give a fuck about you. You are a useful tool until your usefulness is broken. Yeah, we covered the Hakeem Jeffries as far as his why he's in the files. He say when the Civil War breaks out, a lot of folks will be stealing TVs. For what? For what? There's nothing to watch. What you gonna do? Watch the news on the big screen TV? Till the internet goes down? Till the electric plants close down? What the fuck? I mean, it's funny that you say that because, you know, for some reason, Confederate slaves think that a big screen TV equals value. They think material things in a riot equals value. Just like the Nigerians in the Ukraine, dead last. Exactly. You will be dead last. You're already dead last on the economic ladder anyway. The Confederates brought in the freaking South Americans to replace your nigga ass. Dummy. How fucking dumb are you? They dumped them in your neighborhoods. They dumped criminal illegals in your neighborhood to run you out. Ask the black folks in Compton of why they're no longer the dominant race in Compton. Hey, I've been saying somebody really like Jeffries. He's got tons of money from AIPAC. Yeah, it happened during Hurricane Katrina. Exactly. Let me tell you, look, man. I don't give a fuck what these little goofy little fake ass pro-black niggas on YouTube think about what the fuck I got to say. Bitch, prove me wrong. Prove me wrong. Prove me fucking wrong. You're students of history, but you don't know shit concerning history. You don't know shit concerning history. History tells you that when shit goes tits up, the poor, which is the blacks, very bottom of the economic ladder, get the stick up the ass. They line you up and execute you because they feel that you're the problem with society. They blame you for the problems of society. You're the parasites. You offer nothing. You have no value to society outside of working at a goddamn fast food restaurant or knocking some their grandmamas upside the head when they leave the grocery stores. Say, well, black folks voted for their replacement. Yes, they did. Facts. I tried to sell someone about the Mexicans in Cali, but I was told those blacks were priced out. No, they were ran out by the gangs. They were ran out by the gangs. You had a goddamn Hispanic bitch sitting up there in Congress of California saying, fuck them niggas and they babies. Last year. Gave no fucks about you. But your dumb ass up there helping the illegals during that California uprising earlier this year. You should be, This is why I say when all that shit went down in California, the National Guard should have been killing motherfuckers left and right. They should have been killing motherfuckers left and right to set the precedent, to set the standard. I'm sorry, insurrection will not be tolerated in the United fucking States. You will not get up in ICE agents, federal agents' face talking shit. We will blow your fucking brains out. Try it, bitch. We ain't playing no fucking games. These are illegal invaders. You have to go. You playing softball with these motherfuckers when you should have been killing them. You should have been blowing their fucking brains out from day one. Fuck all that racism talk. Fuck that. You don't throw rocks at federal agents. You don't throw rocks at police officers and get away with it. You notice Florida, when they said, we'll kill your ass, graveyard dead, try it, bitch. We'll run you down, you get in the streets, try it, bitch. You notice you don't see none of them reports coming out of Florida because they set a precedent. That little goofy nigga with the bad, he was riding dirty as shit. Suspended license and everything. Tried to, I ain't getting out of the car. I ain't getting out of the car. And he got sucked the fuck up. Ben Crump showed up with that fucking sob story nigga shit. And what happened? They said, man, get the fuck out of here. They dismissed the case and everything. You ain't getting a fucking dime out here. Fuck off. You don't get to run the goddamn racism hustle out here. You notice you ain't heard no more cases about motherfuckers trying to pull that shit in Florida since, do you? YouTube manual reviewer, Mr. EV is kidding. We love all people over here, black, white, purple. Look, I ain't got no problems with other races of people, especially my own. But I am not going to sit up here and coddle your degeneracy. I'm not Jazz. I'm not Umar. I'm not Blackface Crockett. I'm not Angela Rye. I'm not Tiffany Cross. I'm not Bakari Sellers. Get the fuck out of here. Comply, nigga. You so anti-American, get the fuck out. Get the fuck out. Get the fuck out. Get the fuck out. Ain't nobody holding you here. Get the fuck out. Greatest society in the world. Get the fuck out. Go to Dubai, you porty potty bitch. Go to Dubai and fuck a camel and a 14-year-old. Be like Rosie O'Donnell and go to Ireland and then come to find out they fucking hate you. They fucking hate you. You see her fucking bum ass husband is still working a job, even though she's over in Ireland. This nigga over here sending his money to Ireland. Yeah, you ain't as rich as you thought you were you? Why you still on TV? Bum ass nigga. It's the problem. You fucking parasites. Get the fuck out of here. Man. There are times I wish Trump was the dictator that they say he was. Because there'd be a lot of motherfuckers in jail right now for criminal activity. It should be some busted skulls, some shattered kneecaps, and some a lot of funerals for dumb motherfuckers for out here harassing and attacking federal agents right now. I mean, they're getting shot at and they still playing nice with you. I mean, I'm just being honest. They still playing nice with your punk ass. Y'all, oh my God. You lucky I ain't the president. I'd have been murking you motherfuckers from day one. I've been cracking your fucking skulls open with the old school Billy, not them collapsible metal pole bully clubs, the old school 1970s, 80s Billy clubs. I'd have broke them out and bust you motherfuckers up. I'd have bust you motherfuckers up. We have a right to protest. Yeah, you have a right to protest, but the second you start throwing rocks and getting within 3 feet, that's considered assault range. So we're going to take appropriate action to back you the fuck up. You throwing rocks, I'm stopping the truck, I'm getting out, and I'm blowing your fucking brains out because you're considered a threat. Who the fuck is gonna charge a federal agent for murder? Yeah, the DOJ. You really think the DOJ is gonna charge a federal agent for murder after you had a crowd of people throwing rocks and one of them firing guns at them? You really think that charge is going to stick? in a federal court of law? The fuck out of here. You're a dumbass. That's the one thing I cannot stand about this administration is the Pam Bondi bullshit. You should have hired Janine Pirro to be the goddamn attorney general. This soft-hearted bitch who sit up here, she reminds me of the soccer mom that tells you no dessert for dinner, but then about 8:45, 9 o'clock, she sneak you a couple of cookies and sit on the bed and pat your head and say, well, now, Billy, you should know you shouldn't go around raping your classmates. It's wrong. And then send you to school the next day. When your dad should have beat you with a fucking extension cord in the garage and turn your ass into the police. That's what should have happened. But she won't allow it. I fucking hate that bitch. I had to be honest. I hate that bitch. She is the softest fucking member of his cabinet. She is so feckless and ineffectual. She's the reason why I was pissed off about the whole Epstein situation in the first place. Because she ran her fucking mouth. And Trump was like, what, y'all still worried about this creep? He wasn't even thinking about Epstein. But because of this bitch running her fucking mouth, he had to fuck around and look bad considering the Epstein files. You know, she's sitting up here, I got the Epstein files, and released it to some podcasters. And it was a bunch of garbage. There was nothing in it. And they all sitting up here like, bitch, what is this shit? What did you give us? Didn't match anything that was leaked back in 2018. What is this shit? So now here we are because of that bitch and her feckless, horrible fucking DOJ investigation, quote unquote. This fuck up is on her head, but now the Democrats are about to fucking roll. They about to get their heads chopped off because of that bitch. They can thank her for that, by the way. Yeah, she bungled it, but now it's like, now it's self-correcting. I can't wait to see what the fuck they put out there. Again, no news ain't in here right now, but he asked me privately, he emailed me, babe, well, you got that list, man? Yeah, and I sent him the list. I told him, I said, sit on it. I said, don't ever let nobody know you have it until after the shit is ready to be released, after it's released. So now it's about to be released. Because you know Trump is going to release it. You know he's going to sign off on it. We're going to see what members of Congress, when they kick down back to them this week, who gonna vote no now. We can't wait to see who votes no now. Because they've been low-key trying to block it for the longest. But we're going to see now. There's accusations in there where they were saying that Michelle Obama, of course, I mean, it's no secret that, you know, that's really a fucking dude. Yeah. Big Mike is really dead. Yeah, they come to find out the rumors are true. That's a nigga with a dick. Yeah, that's in the Epstein files. Just so you know. Big Mike is a nigga. Yeah, that's coming out in the Epstein files. Bill Clinton coming out in the Epstein files. I mean, that's no surprise with Bill Clinton. I mean, if you were around, you were over 20-something years old and a political cognizant in the 90s, back when he was president, you knew that motherfucker. No, you didn't fuck around with Bill Clinton. The Clintons will have you murked. That's Ron Brown. Ask Hillary Clinton's former business partner. I forget his name. Benghazi, anyone. We say if Barack Obama is in it, how do you think black people will react? Let me tell you something. Barack Obama lost a lot of black support over the years because of the whole police brutality situation where he made the body cams mandatory nationally, but it seemed like every other day it was nothing but a goddamn snuff film. We were watching snuff films at least 3 times a week, and he didn't do a goddamn motherfucking thing. That piece of shit didn't do shit. He didn't even talk. You try to talk to Barack about reparations, that motherfucker had nothing to say to you, but he gave them gays all the rights they want to because he a closet homosexual anyway, allegedly. You know what I'm saying? Remember he threw all that faggot shit on the White House before he left, and all the fucking laws that he passed for gay people, but didn't give a shit. You stupid motherfuckers was sitting up here trying to vote for Kamala when she thought this, and indignantly said, "I ain't doing shit for black people exclusively." No, what the fuck I look like? But she black though. Man, you niggas are dumb. Y'all are dumb. I swear to God. Y'all wonder why I talk about y'all so harshly? Because look at this shit you do. Look how you vote and celebrate motherfuckers who are 100% against. They can tell you to your motherfucking face they ain't doing shit for you, and you still break your neck to vote for these motherfuckers. You still break your neck to support these motherfuckers. You are pieces of shit, and I want nothing to do with you on a collective level. Because look at what you do. Look at what you support. But you call that, because I'm lighter than the average black, I ain't black. Nigga, define blackness. You dumb nigga, define it. I'm sitting up here in photos with real, true black leaders who ain't on that coon shit that you're on. But you're questioning my blackness because I don't support tap dancing coons. Really? If you don't go fuck yourself 6 ways from Sunday, you parasitic piece of shit. True blackness is independence. You vote for the party that works in your best interest. Motherfucker, welfare is not in your best interest. Section 8 is not in your best interest. SNAP is not in your best interest, you piece of shit. That's slavery. That's economic slavery, you dumb fuck. How do you not get that? Who the fuck you know is rich off welfare? You niggas sit up here and cry all this no king shit, but then when the Democrats, the Confederates, shut down the government to starve your ass, yeah, that no king shit went away real quick, didn't it? You wanted your so-called quote-unquote no king to feed you. Go fuck yourself. I love you as my people, but I hate what you become. You reverted right back into slavery, except you're not picking cotton. You're just living in goddamn slave quarters. Listening to dumb niggas like Ricky Smiley and Roland Martin and Tiffany Cross and Abby Phillips, that fucking tether. Y'all listening to tethers, trying to define blackness and telling you what racism is about. How the fuck is Abby Phillips gonna tell you about racism? Bitch, you a tether. Who's the other tether bitch that can't get a lot of them can't get jobs. Tiffany Cross, Angela Rye, Bakari Sellers, Roland Martin. Who's the other bitch? Amanda Seals. You bitches can't get jobs. Joy Reid. You bitches can't get jobs. And most of you are tethers. And you're trying to tell us about racism and black society and shit. Get the fuck out of here. Somebody should kick your ass on sight. The fuck you gonna try to tell true ADOS people about racism and whatnot? You playing a game with us. Bitch, you ain't one of us. You got a main passport to another country. Your citizenship was granted to you by a court, an immigration court. You ain't one of us. We own this. We have stake in this motherfucking country. And instead of us sitting up here worried about what the fuck, who trying to play racism games with us, we need to get back to figuring out how the fuck we gonna get paid off of this shit. Which political party is trying to help us get our money up? That's what we need to be worried about. This is what Dr. Claude Anderson was trying to tell black motherfuckers back in the 80s with the auto industry in Detroit. Y'all need to get your get your weight up, bitch. Nobody give a fuck about your goddamn protesting and shit. What the fuck that mean? That shit don't mean nothing. You a goddamn human troll when you protesting. Get your fucking money up. Get some collective motherfuckers to get together, pay a politician to do your fucking bidding, and then that's how you get shit passed for you. Why you think this bitch is under fucking federal investigation now concerning the Epstein shit? She voted no because she took the fucking money, and now they about to censor her. And once the Epstein files are released, they're going to investigate everybody in that bitch, and she's one of them. She going to be the main one because she was over the Virgin Islands. Your stupid ass was taking text messages, questions, and shit to ask during the Epstein investigation in 2019. You think your ass ain't first up on the list? You took the money. What's up, DeCarlo? Yeah, D.I. Hoogley. Yeah, dangerous game indeed. Money moves the United States, not your goofy ass protesting signs. That shit don't mean nothing. When MLK finally was heard during the civil rights movement, what kicked it off? Was it because of some protest signs outside of a goddamn Woolworth? Or was it because of the Montgomery bus boycott? Which one was it? What made motherfuckers stand up and pay attention? You hit a motherfucker in his pockets. He give a fuck about your mouth running. I don't give a fuck about your mouth running. Hit me in the pockets. That's how you affect me. That's how you affect anybody. Hence, cancel culture. Give a fuck what you got to say on Twitter. Fuck with my money. That's how you affect me. Outside of that, I'm untouchable. Reputation online don't mean shit. I'm still rich, bitch. What the fuck? Give a fuck about a reputation. Destroy me economically. That's how you hurt somebody. Only a teenage fucking girl or goofy nigga care about their reputation. That's dumb nigga shit. That's how women fight. Women fight over reputation. Men destroy each other financially. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to go off so hard, but man, This shit was a long time coming, this Epstein shit. You trying to destroy Trump's reputation because he knew Epstein, but you can't destroy him financially, legislatively, or judicially because there's no record of him doing anything criminal concerning Jeffrey Epstein. Just like with Hakeem Jeffries, there's really nothing criminal that he did with Jeffrey Epstein. But this one bitch out in Rhode Island, you took the money, that's criminal. After he was convicted, that's criminal. And when these files get released, you're going to find out that a lot of people who visited Epstein Island, not to mention that, do understand a lot of his victims sat down and did a lot of interviews. They named the names. Trust me, they know who raped them as underage girls. They know who raped them. And they've been speaking out. Them interviews about to get rehashed. I wouldn't be surprised if they start bringing them girls up into congressional chambers to testify all over again. They're horrors. Who did what? It's going to be a lot of lynch ropes going on in 2026. I guarantee you that. We say with a release of the Epstein files affect the stock and crypto markets, you think, fuck yeah, it will. Because you've got a lot of captains of industry that was running around fucking these raping these underage girls. Those girls, now women, will attest to that. They will attest to that. Why you think John Wayne Gacy murdered his victims? You know, the Night Stalker, Richard Ramirez. Why do you think he murdered his victims? Dead men tell no tales. Y'all left these chicks alive, and now they're snitching. Trust me, they can't wait. They can't wait to raise their right hand and be sworn in and speak into microphones in front of Congress. They can't wait. They're itching for it. It was you, motherfucker. You made me suck it. I Chuck Schumer, I would never. She's lying. Ooh, 2026 is gonna be fun. This is gonna be the best presidency we've ever had in the history of presidency. Ain't y'all glad Trump president now? I'll catch y'all Friday. Y'all be safe.
Now, gentlemen, Mr. Butler's been up north, I hear. Don't you agree with this, Mr. Butler?
I think it's hard winning a war with words, gentlemen.
What do you mean, sir? I mean, Mr. Hamilton, there's not a cannon factory in the whole South. What difference does that make, sir, to a gentleman?
I'm afraid it's going to make a great deal of difference to a great many gentlemen, sir.
Are you hinting, Mr. Butler, that the Yankees can lick us?
No, I'm not hinting. I'm saying very plainly that the Yankees are better equipped than we. They've got factories, shipyards, coal mines, and a fleet to bottle up our harbors and starve us to death. All we've got is cotton and slaves and arrogance.
That's treachery!
All right, bye. Thanks for the fun.
Get the fuck out!